It's like a mix of puff pastry and Indian naan.
Hey, what's up? It's just flour and water. No yeast, no sourdough starter. But roti canai, my friend, is trickier than it looks. This was one of my go-to breakfasts back when I lived in Malaysia. Today I'm gonna try making it by myself. Wish me luck, and let's see how this goes, shall we? In a medium-sized bowl, I'm gonna add 6 grams salt, 5 to 10 grams sugar, or you can stay healthy and skip adding sugar, 150 gram water, about 15 gram melted butter, 1 to 2 tablespoons or 30 gram condensed milk. Last but not least, 300 grams bread strong flour. If you don't mind the price, there are some good all-purpose flour brands you can use like King Arthur, Bob's Red Mill. And now use your hands. We just want to bring everything together so there is no more dry spots. If the dough feels dessert dry, you can add a little bit of water. Once you had a shaggy dough like this, cover it up and let it rest for 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, time to bring the dough on the surface and knead this bad boy. Not more than 1 to 2 minutes. Once you have a beautiful dough like this, time to separate it into 5 pieces. And then round them up. And then you need a tray with lots of oil. Coat each balls of the dough with oil and place them on a tray. Cover them up and then let them rest. 1 hour should be enough. The better would be 2 to 3 hours. And the best is to transfer them into the fridge and make them the next day. Shaping time. Apparently, there are pro and beginner way to shape these bad boys. Let's see. Oil up the surface or shape them on a very smooth surface. Maybe better to use a roller. And now the most important part. Pro way. Stretching and tossing. Dominant hand face up, non-dominant hand face down. Hand face up under the dough and the other one on top of the dough. Now simply toss the non-dominant hand towards shoulder and back towards the counter. Simple, right? But it's not.
That was better.
Now that the center is thin enough, move on to the next step. Alright, that should be okay for me. Now time to spread the dough as even as possible. This is like lamination, right? Now time to fold one side to the center, another side overlapping this one slightly. Left and right edges as well. Should be a square or a rectangle. Not bad, but I guess we have a long day, my friends. After few failures, I'm not gonna give up. Thin out the dough from the center. Try to make it with even thickness. Now simply toss the non-dominant hand towards shoulder and back towards the counter. Go fast on the way down. The goal is the dough land evenly without folding. But if it does fold, smooth it out and move to the next motion. Woo, that's better. Now make the whole surface even and translucent gently. Be patient. Smudge the edges with the heel of the hand, or if you're lazy like me, you can tear off the edges. Little bit of oil, one side of the dough to the center, fold the opposite side as well, the 2 folds overlapping slightly, fold left and right side toward the center as well, overlapping slightly again. Now we left with a rectangle shape. Set aside to rest, but make sure to oil it up so it won't stick to the counter. Before cooking them, you can give them one final stretch up.
Now I'm gonna heat up a medium-sized non-stick pan and add a little bit of oil and then into the pan.
If the roti pops up, gently press it down to ensure even cooking. To bring flavor, add the butter at the very end of cooking. Smells amazing. Here is the thing, too much color, more dry texture, of course it's flaky, it will break down easily, but who cares? Because the flavor is absolutely worth it. Wipe off the pan with the paper towel and continue with the other ones. I know you can wait, but before digging, there is one more crucial steps you need to take. Let the roti to cools down for 30 seconds. Clap the roti between two hands vigorously. You can use a towel to protect your hands, but really go for it. And that's how you transform the roti to a flaky, crispy piece of art. Too much effort to make one piece of bread? You can make tons of it and freeze it like a pastry dough. It would be good at least for 3 months. You are welcome.
A very simple breakfast, but yet amazing. They had the cheese version too. I used to order one roti cheese and one sunny side up egg. And that was an amazing breakfast. This brings lots of memory. You just grab a small piece like this and dip into the sauce. A good curry also matters. This is the Penang curry. There is Thai curry, Malaysia curry. The texture is like a mix of puff pastry and Indian naan. Chewy, crispy, all the good things in one dish.